the explosions aren't here anymore. I think did I delete those? I probably did. Not even like thinking about it. But do you guys miss the explosion? That's the real question. Do you feel like the explosion added? Because we can always bring it back. Hey, what's up, Taurus? What up, Kaiser? What's up, Nimbus? Look out, Santana. For Brazil, my boy from Brazil. What's good, Brazil? Brazil, my number 3 highest viewed video is from all the people, my brothers and sisters from Brazil. I didn't know I had such a loving relationship over there. Bring back the explosions. All right, Ren, I got you. I literally got you, Ren. In fact, we're gonna do it right now, in real time. See, because we have the explosions here. So the question is like, why can't we have it everywhere? Solo me out. Solo me out. All right, boom. There we go. We in there. Yeah, at the beginning. Why not? We might as well. Might as well. It's valid, and I appreciate you. Taurus, the explosion was really large and actually kind of jolted me a bit. But like the thing that was jolting was the sound, because the old explosion came with its own sound. Now I can control the sound. So this one you see the lights, but you don't get the sound effects. You're new to chat, welcome. My name is Hiro. This is Coding with Strangers, and we got some news to cover. We're gonna cover some news. We finished the chess. I finished the chessboard, and you guys are gonna be really upset with how I had to finish it. And when I tell you how hard and how long it, hey yo, how long and how hard? Hey yo, what we talking about here? Beta. Hey yo, what we talking about? It took me a long time to actually get it done. But we'll try and get the chess piece to move on the board, and we can see if we can get a roadmap for that to work out in its whole entirety. And then we can move on and hope. Like, I think the last project is we have to build a battleship game where we build like a battleship game. So it'll be nice to get back into design groove to do that. That'll be really fun. But if you want to know some good news, here's the YouTube. Here's some merch. We got the wintertime merch is being designed right now. And the Discord, Insta. There's a bunch of places you guys can catch me. I'll put it all here for you. All of it there for you guys to look at. But with all that being said, hopefully you guys had a great Tuesday. Productive. I was able to get a lot of work done today. Even though everybody kept calling me. But yeah. We're back in it. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Some good news. I think we are 20 hours away. From hitting partner on YouTube. I thought that we would be hitting this goal. It said I was projected to hit this goal at the end of November. Top of October, it looks like we're going to be able to hit it. 20 hours is usually 1 or 2 videos for me. Depends on how good it is doing. And if you want to contribute to that, I have a video posted in the link on my YouTube comment section, and also in the Twitch comment section. So if you want to support that, by all means. I'm just proud of you for finishing it. A win's a win. Hey, we'll take it. We will definitely take it. Santana, when's the next time you streaming? There's a lot of people up in here. What's up? But yeah, we're streaming on all those platforms today. But I just finished. A lot of you guys probably got an alert that I was streaming earlier, and if you ever find yourself like, oh man, I wish Hiro was streaming, or I wish I could hear Hiro's opinion on pop culture today and other cool things like that. If you're like, oh man, I wish I knew what Hiro's thoughts were on this. Nine times out of 10, I'm probably talking about it on this channel. Every Tuesday, 1 hour before this stream, I'm usually on Icon stream talking about cool stuff. So give him a follow. And you can usually hear me banter and rave about stuff. I'll watch. I appreciate that. The next video I drop is about that nuclear one. We had such a great time. Some crazy takes over there. There are some crazy takes. We like to have a good time there. We like to have a good time over there. You're learning English? Okay, in Brazil, you guys speak Portuguese? What's the language of choice in Brazil? A lot of people who program in from 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 Brazil or from a lot of people from Colombia too. They also enjoy. They say they like watching my channel because I like the way I enunciate words, or my my vernacular is very digestible for them, and it's because English was like the second or third language I had to learn. But yeah, we love the English. One or two videos, Hero. You post 10-hour videos on YouTube. No. But like usually those videos would get like 100 views. So then 100 views, if 100 people watch for 5 minutes, right? 500 minutes divided by 60 pushes the time. When you're thinking about hours of videos watched, you got to think about it in time log like that. Hey, what's up, Robo? Yeah, get in the race if you want to get in the race. The Perfect Lurker is live. It's the channel point, the Perfect Lurker. You did win something yesterday, I think, Nimbus. I think you came in. No, Nimbus. I think you came in third place. You came in third or second place for the perfect strangers. You were in first place for a while actually, but then Sockhead came out of left field and beat you at the last minute. It was right around the time you went to sleep. I'm racing out of spite towards JK. Hey, win because you want to win. Win because you want to win. That's what I want from y'all. Amazing stream, and you started speaking about me and Brazil, and I don't understand. Oh, okay. I remember this conversation. But it's because Brazil in about the last 6 months, if you look at US contracts for hacking or companies, hackathons and things like that, Brazil has been getting an exponential growth in numbers about getting hacking or bug finding bounties, and they're getting US government contracts. We're talking about $10,000 USD. So like people are learning how to bug find, and a vast majority of them are going to Brazil. And as a person who's getting into the back end infrastructure and learning data structures and things like that, like 2 years ago, one of our hospitals got ransomwared, and it was as simple as you could input into the code some like regex shit that tampered with that. Basically, like when you have an input and you can regex into it, like you can just like put basically hey equal sign or something like that, and it fucks everything up, and they got fucked. There's someone else, and I'm forgetting his name right now, but he's really big on Twitch, and I think he's from Brazil, but he's like quit his job, and all he does is stream and do bug bounties. Mine is Yoruba. It's a Nigerian language. Yeah. So so next year, I already wrote it down on the calendar for a list of like things that we're gonna get into next year. Bug bounties are is high on the list. No, 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 no. I mean, it's not your job. It's not like I have my shit written down somewhere. You're perfectly fine, Nimbus. So I'll be back in 1 hour. See you soon. No, I'll be here when you get back. You be streaming, right? You're a DJ, aren't you? Yeah. Let's. Somebody go tell. Somebody go tell me. We going one day. We're gonna go find out how good of a DJ you are. And if you're at least better than as good as a DJ as I am a programmer, you're pretty damn good. Yeah, so public sites and also government sites. So the government, say for example, like the government wants to secure something, and the government wants to secure something. Um, Say for example, like the government or like the government has an interface or like you find a gap in the government's thing. They'll have usually like bug bounties where you can submit the error that you found. So it's not necessarily them asking for help, but like if you come across a common bug, like say for example, like two-factor authentication can be spoofed by getting someone's email address. So you can then say like, okay, this is how you spoof it. And they have tiers. Like tier one would be like a minuscule one. Tier two would be like, okay, this is something that they have to like look into. And then like tier three is like this, but they'll pay up anywhere. I've seen people get paid $50,000 for finding one bug. Granted, that bug has a lot of stipulations, and it takes time for them to resolve it. You can't talk about it. You gotta be, but it also gives you like the insight into like how these companies work and how their quality assurance teams work. But yeah, it's absolutely a thing you can do. And if you're on the hack, and that's why Nimbus, we were talking about this the other day. Yeah, no, me and Nimbus were talking about this like one weekend or once we get past maybe before we start React, we're gonna go on that Hacker One thing. We're gonna start an account together, and we're gonna do some bug bounties. We're just gonna figure out how it works, set it up, and learn like okay, with what we know about Python, um, and shit like that, what can we fucking get into? Like, how much trouble can we get into? Type shit. I think we owe it to ourselves to get good at that. Hey, yo, look out, King, get in the race. Because there's a part of me that feels like if I found a bug with y'all's help, we gotta have a pizza party, right? Hey, yo, we gotta have a pizza party. Like, if we find a bug together, we having a pizza party. Uh, Whoever helps me find the bug, whoever, all the people in the chat, you got it. You give me your address, and I'll send you the money to order a pizza, and then we all meet in the chat. We all meet in chat and have a pizza party. If we find a $10,000 bug, we're gonna go eat lobster. Fuck it. We all going to lobster and give them my PayPal information. I'm paying with my card. It ain't about being fancy. It's about treating yourself. And I was just talking to someone about this the other day. Uh, I tell this to people who are on the grind all the time, who wait to get a result in order to treat themselves. Hey, go get your fucking toes done, fam. Ladies, go get the pedicure. Go get the manicure. Fellas, go buy the whatever tool you wanted to buy. Them shoes, go get them. Ladies, go get the dress. Go do it because you implying that you can't treat yourself until you've accomplished something implies that you don't believe you're going to accomplish it. It's one of the more backwards thinking things we have to undo in our day and age. Not only are you more than capable of doing it, why not give yourself a little bit of extra encouragement to go do it? It's not like you quit and you swore never to go back. Right? It's not like you quit and said I'm never going back. Go treat yourself. Go do it. And in the moment of doubt, you're like, oh, I shouldn't. I want you to remember this. Hero said it was okay. God damn it, go. The world is your oyster. Crack that bitch open and lick the pearl. Just go. Well, and there you go, Nimbus. That's the real way. Celebrate every day. Yeah. I'm the only. I tell this to like people say, "Oh man, where does all that wisdom come from?" From fucking up, a lot, like too goddamn much, too much. Oh wait, but yeah. So it looks like we're gonna hit one of those milestones, which I didn't think I was gonna hit till November. So I'm gonna have to squeeze in an appreciation stream. We'll probably watch a movie. We'll do a movie night, or maybe it sounds like we need to do an anime night. We're gonna pick 5 shows I've never seen, and we're gonna watch the first 3 episodes of each, which comes out to an hour and 33 minutes, I believe. That's on the list. We're gonna make a list, but yeah, if we hit partner by that time, we'll do it. And we'll get it. I think we'll get it for everyone who's in the Discord. Had it like pasted in like Nimbus, did you break a finger typing that fast? Because you did spit that out quick as hell. I am literally watching my video and didn't even see that shit come out. Like my mouth hadn't even said the words before she typed that shit in. Those ergonomic keyboards are a motherfucker. You're on your phone? Nimbus is double jointed, confirmed. Oh, I like Taurus, you got that new TwitchCon icon for going to TwitchCon. That's awesome. That is awesome, sir. Fast as fuck, boy. I'm fast as fuck. So yeah, I think like if we can hit that before November, we'll pick a Saturday or a Sunday. We'll do them in blocks. I'll put out the episodes we're gonna watch, and you know, we'll kick back and enjoy it. We'll probably do some drawing, probably do some like whatever, but whatever you want to do in the background, we'll do it together. But I think that was the Roy. But other than that, we're gonna cover the story about Ghost of Tsushima. They have a new game on deck. I don't know what the name of this. What is this? How do you say this?
Yotei.
Yotei, Ghost of Yotei. 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 All right, so we'll cover that, and then we'll try and get this chessboard to move. And if we can get this chessboard to move, I don't know. We'll see. Because building the misconception we made before was that we built the tree in advance, and that it would feel a certain way. But in reality, the tree is already built. It feels the same way no matter what, unless you want to point it to go to somewhere else. And once again, it's one of those things where we just have to do it over and over again. The repetition is what we're in the game for. All right, we covered all the bases. Who wants to be in charge of reminding me to turn back on my alerts? She's pushing information to your soldiers. Do I have a PO box? I am working on one. Um, there was like a 90-day wait, and I got actually email confirmation that a spot is opening up in November, and they're like four people in front of me. There's four people left in front of me, and if they don't respond, then I get dibs on it. So fingers crossed, early November. Early November. This story is actually gonna be really good. I'm kind of excited. Oh, you gotta go to sleep early. Okay, okay. Hey, so uh, that means who wants to take the under over? Remember yesterday she was over by 20 minutes. So whoever wants to take the over tonight, just know she's aware of it. Just know she's aware of it. God for life. If I hadn't said thank you, thanks for that follow. Um, hey, you know what, King? You ain't been King. You wanna be in charge? King, do you want to be in charge? Do you feel in charge?
Do you feel in charge?
uh, you're essentially drunk texting right now. Um, there's only two times that I've ever really appreciated a drunk text. One, can you come get me? Because I'm too drunk to drive. And then two, it's it's 2 a.m. and there's only two things open at 2 a.m. McDonald's and some legs.
I'm gonna come.
Hey yo. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Um, and thanks for the follow. A few people were following me the other day. Appreciate it. Um, all right, yeah, we'll get into this. Yeah, King, you're in charge. I don't know if you responded yet. But when King gets back, someone tell him he's in charge. Take him out. No, you're not. You're not. You're gonna be here. I think you're secretly waiting for that person who was being a d-bag in your stream to come here, so I can roast them. That's what you want. That's the dream. That's the dream. That's the dream. All right, here we go. He was polite as shit. We're proud of you. Hey, I'm proud of you too. Clap it. I don't care how disappointing you are to your parents. In a room full of strangers, you stand firm. You stand proud. You are strong. How you guys doing? My name is Hero. This is Coding with Strangers. Strangers. And I want to talk about something. This is more so a precursor to all the things that are going to be said in the next couple of days about the game that is coming out, the spiritual successor, part 2 of Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei. I think that's how you say it. Hold on, how you say this shit?
Yotei.
Yotei. Ghost of Yotei. And the reason why we're talking about this today is because you just know that Ghost of Tsushima, which was one of the best games of its day and age, when it came out for PlayStation. It's one of the highlight games next to God of War, Spider-Man PS5, and a host of other games. But Ghost of Tsushima, when you hear people talk about how much they dislike Assassin's Creed Shadow, even though this game hasn't come out, today's date is 9/24/2024. This game hasn't come out, but everybody and their mother compares it to Ghost of Tsushima, rightfully so. Ghost of Tsushima took inspiration from Assassin's Creed. But their biggest complaint is, why come this game, Assassin's Creed Shadow, doesn't look like Ghost of Tsushima? Like, why do they have Yasuke as the main character? Why is Naoe, who would never have been a ninja back in those days, being portrayed as a ninja? Why are they going woke? Why are they going broke? And Sucker Punch has made the diabolical decision. Like, this must have been something they had been thought of a long time ago, but it's got to be something that they're really, I hope they're prepared, watching the backlash that rightfully unjustly, that Assassin's Creed has gotten. I hope Ghost of Tsushima's team, Sucker Punch, has some tough skin, because they're gonna get a hell of a lot of backlash, and that's sad to say. You would hope that there was a group of people that were being mature enough to realize that, oh wait, this game that I love so much is being pushed into a different direction with a new main character, and I should give the game that gave me so much joy in the past the opportunity to show me what else they can give me, new perspectives. You would hope that your fan base would be more open, but if history has taught us anything, a bunch of neckbeard fanboys are about to be very upset and throw a lot of hate towards the direction of Sucker Punch and PlayStation for going woke, even though they've already proven once that they know what they're doing. So this is a precursor to that backlash. I never played Ghost of Tsushima, wasn't my cup of tea. Shit, I've never played an Assassin's Creed game, but for some strange reason, they decided to put Yasuke into the game, and I found that to be fascinating. That's all the reason I need. Yeah, the reason why I want to play this game is because they put a black guy in it. Go figure. That's all it took. But I want to take a second to kind of look at this. So let's watch the trailer. I think this is like a early on sit-down trailer. And then we'll get into the article and just talk about what we can expect from in terms of backlash, and is it even warranted? The answer is no, but we know it's coming. It's 3 minutes.
We are beyond the edge of Japan.
So I love the fact that they've kept up the whole black and white thing. That's something that special edition in Ghost of Tsushima, that they have the black and white stage setting, which is super dope to me. So I'm happy to see they caught that up. And Assassin's Creed actually has that in some of their death scenes, which is also pretty dope. But it's like an arts water splash. Two great concepts from old Japanese movies that they've continued to keep up. Glad to see it here.
People come north to disappear.
Oh, name drop.
But you are hunting. And now, every Ronin here is after you. Still think you're the hunter?
That's pretty dope. It looks good. And this is PS5 graphics right here. Like, cutscenes are playable. That looks amazing. I have to assume those are in-game graphics. The PS5 Pro better be able to make this shit possible. But like, that's stunning. That looks great. Let my man slumped over. Does anybody else get Red Dead Redemption vibes? Like, welcome to the West, but we in the cowboy era, but we in the East? And just saying a few things. I better hear the same level of content that I heard for Assassin's Creed from these losers about the Northern Lights shouldn't be showing up in that time of the month, or these rose petals don't grow here, or these shrines are like all of the stuff that games do to be aesthetically cool and pleasing. Those are just things that should be like the game. We go in the rule of cool, we go with the rule of cool. So like, you won't hear that in these cases. And if you do hear it, you just know that they're being disingenuous. Cause that's fucking this. Anytime I hit pause on this screen, on this video, you could literally screen grab that and put it on someone's wall. Pause. You could put that on someone's wall. That is amazing. Well, those Laffadale flowers don't grow in the East. Shut up. That's a screensaver. The snow doesn't get that high in Mount Fuji. Shut up. Got that gang.
PlayStation.
Okay, so 3 minutes. It looks like it's totally cinematic. I don't know if there was any part of that was from the game, but it did what it had to do. It captivated our attention, and I gotta say, it's pretty impressive. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty impressive. Like I said, I never played Ghost of Tsushima, but like, and I never was interested in it, but like this one captivated my attention off rip. So as a proud owner of a PlayStation 5, I think I might as well indulge myself and maybe even take the opportunity to go back and see what Ghost of Tsushima was all about. But Ghost of Yotei, how do you want to say this?
Yotei.
Ghost of Yotei looks pretty impressive. Let's get into the article, shall we? To close out Sony's State of Play presentation, Sucker Punch debuted a first look at the next game in its award-winning Ghost series dubbed Ghost of Yotei. Players will inhabit a new female protagonist named Astu, who wields a shamishi in addition to samurai's traditional swords. According to the trailer description, Asti, I want to say her name too. Etsu will travel the wild around Mount Yotei, accompanied by a mysterious wolf companion. So in Ghost of Tsushima, I believe the wind was his companion. In this one, it looks like the wolf is her companion. She follows the wolf, which is a great play. It continues that thing where she's constantly following something. She's pursuit of something or something to guide you. I think one of the things that Ghost of Tsushima was super popular for was the absence of a HUD, like no maps, no nothing. You kind of just, there's literally like this, if you want to know where to go, there's this breeze that is constantly blowing you in the right direction, which is great, which is great storytelling in itself, a great new mechanic and a great new way to look at world maps. Sucker Punch Studio, developers behind the Sly Cooper and Infamous series. Oh, that's where I know Sucker Punch from. I love the Infamous series. I've never played. Okay, I have to go play Ghost of Tsushima now. I loved Infamous. All of them. Hey, yo, what up, Shake? Oh, memories. Released Ghost of Tsushima back in 2020. The game was praised for its quite contemplative. Wait, what the fuck? Contemplative. Oh, for its quite contemplative movements, as much as its Akira Kurosawa style samurai action. Earlier this year, Sucker Punch released a PC port of Ghost of Tsushima, confirmed that the movie based on the game is in the works as well. Okay, by the John Wick's director Chad Stahelski. Stahelski. I'm biting my tongue. How do you say his name?
Stahelski.
Stahelski. Chad Stahelski tapped to lead the project, so that's pretty good. Yeah, Infamous is the game where the dude had lightning powers. In the first and second one, he had lightning powers, and like a bomb went off, and he was trying to figure out he was a courier package deliverer, and he delivered a bomb that gave everyone superpowers, and now he's trying to figure out who gave him the bomb, and so on and so forth. And then they rebooted the series where there's another person who had the ability to take other people's powers. I mean, 100%ed Infamous. I loved Infamous. And I also think of that movie too, because I love that movie by Zack Snyder. Like, it was kind of artsy fartsy and there was a bunch of weird things that go on, but the soundtrack was fire and the action sequence were even greater. So I was a great fan of Sucker Punch. Like, Sucker Punch is that game studio is pretty fire. I forgot all about Infamous. I have to go play Ghost of Tsushima now. Oh yeah, we're putting it on the things to do list. In the blog post announcing the game, Sony stated that Ghost of Yotei was Sucker Punch's first game built specifically around the PlayStation 5. Okay, so we'll have the true power of a PlayStation 5. According to the developers, Ghost of Yotei will offer the same kind of beautiful observation movements as the predecessor while adding new features as well. Like I said, freeze frame any part of this game and it looks immaculate. You feel me? We have massive sight lines that let you look far across the environment. Whole new skies featuring twinkling stars and auroras. Even more beautiful, believable movement from wind on grass and vegetation, said Andrew Goldfarb, communications manager at Sucker Punch. Our new settings also give the opportunity to introduce new mechanics, gameplay improvement, and even new weapons. Yeah, so we saw it with the little ball and chain with the like sickle. Sony didn't share release date details, only pegging the game for 2025 release. So 5-year development cycle, 2020 to now, and the development team has been working on the upgrade for PC as well. They probably ported that out to someone else. So needless to say, I found out so much great information just now. I'm actually ecstatic. But I'm pleading with the neckbeard people, give this game a chance. Do not write off this developer. They clearly know what they're doing. I don't want to hear anything about like this is a Western, because Sucker Punch is out of Seattle. I don't want to hear any nonsense about they don't know how to captivate this culture. They don't know how to represent it. Let them make the game that they want to make, because Sucker Punch has made some amazing games. Ghost of Tsushima came with high praise. I want this game to have a fair shot, a fair chance, and don't let your insecurities about playing as a woman be the reason why you don't get to enjoy a game of this magnitude and caliber. Like, if you find yourself fixing your mouth to say, yo, I can't enjoy this game because it's a woman protagonist and it's going woke and this and this and this, and how is a woman supposed to be strong enough to take down a man? Like, you missed the trees looking for at the forest, man. And it's truly a sad existence for you that you can't, get past this. But that's neither here or there. I'm super interested to know what you guys think. Do you feel like Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yotei will get the same level of backlash that Assassin's Creed Shadow got because they decided to change up the protagonist and, give a little bit of variety? Are you shocked that they decided to take the story in a different direction? No spoilers about what happened in Ghost of Tsushima, but I'm assuming the reason why they changed characters is probably because the main character died in the first one. But even if that's not the case, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah. No need to apologize. We're just getting started. Thanks for joining, Robotech. I think there might be a few people scared in the chat, in the race, but I think everybody else is fine. Oh, JK, you're in the race? JK, when did you sneak in here? My goodness, sir, when did you get here? Oh, wow. I hope so, Kaizen, because honestly, I feel like I'm actually surprised I didn't know Sucker Punch made that. But also, I just got my PlayStation 5 pretty recent, so it's not beyond the scope of anything. But like, I just hope that they don't peg this and say like, oh, it's gonna be bad, because they're going woke. Like, anyone who says that, you just know they're not true fans of the original game that got so much praise. But the sad and unfortunate thing is, we know people are gonna be doing that. Okay. All right, what we trying to get into? All right. Nope, too far ahead. It's okay. It's okay, Robotech. When do you start your new job?
Sin City was a maybe.
With the Shrek raise me. But there's, I'll be the first one to say, the more game companies there are, the more competition there is, the better the games get. Excellent. Get it in, Robotech. Take as much time away from streaming and all of that stuff to accomplish your goals. We're rooting for you over here. Perfect timing. Oh, I don't miss. I don't miss, because we all know why we're here.
Why are you here?
I hate networking, but you're so good at it. What do you mean? How do you hate something you're good at? It's not even really networking for you. It's literally just people liking you because you're you. Anytime I come to your stream, everybody's flaunting over you. Oh, oh, is that the network she's talking about? Yeah, I'm real. Look, mom, I'm a real programmer. Look, mom, I'm a real programmer. I know exactly what everyone's talking about. I did hear it. I did listen to it, and I think was it Kaizen? Were you the one that put that 2014 mix? I remember that. It took me back to memories. But I did hear it, and I am a fan of it. Uh, it motivated me to send that letter to Jay's a tweet out. So I'm gonna send that tweet out. It's motivated me to do it because we deserve it. Damn it. Yeah, the DJ Yorm. I really enjoyed it. I remember there was like a 27 or 30-minute version of that where it covered more songs. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time to touchdown. Wake me up, make me fine. The man you thought I was at home. Oh no, oh no. I'm a rocket man. Riot man. I I love mashups. Mashups are so good. Especially like when it's two genres that just you wouldn't think would fit together. That's why I like drill music so much. There's no reason why. Did you hear they found more Mozart's music in a German library? They just had Mozart's in the background. Yeah, in Germany they found Mozart's. Just somebody was looking. They found more of his music, which is crazy. I said that I'm a rocket man, burning up my fuse alone. Oh, and I think it's gonna be a long, long time. I actually need to go a little bit deeper into my playlist because I need to find songs. I think the last song that actually, because if we hit this goal sooner than I thought, Miss You, Jolene. Yeah, I think we should start here. or here. Yeah, so from here down, we can know if I ask anyone, the answer is 51. If I'm asking for a number, it's gonna be 51. Bit late for it to do him some good, but I have to think that the symphony world is screaming to get their hands on a copy of the manuscript. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know how songs of those date, and I doubt that they have, like, maybe someone bought it in recent time and control it, but it's one of those things where his music has to be public domain by this time. But it's very interesting to think, is this new song going to be something that people can buy and be like, no, we hold the rights to this? Maybe it's Mozart, Beethoven. I'm not. But in they found it yesterday, apparently. But for the life of me, I thought I saw Mozart. All right, I need to see some of these people's code. I'm not even gonna pretend to be like, oh, let's finger around with. No, fuck that. Let's see how people did this shit. Let's find someone with a respectable name. Yeah, just Jasper. You're giving off cool vibes. Oh, they did a package JSON? Interesting. Yeah, that's the thing that kind of sucks too. Like, especially like, they actually target like people for that. Like, I'm just happy game companies and trailer companies stop doing that, because like people who review their games and trailers, imagine getting copyright strike by Activision for playing Activision's game. Like, that's annoying. But then there's like these dickheads who will like look for those popular songs so that they can or like if there's a cool TikTok trend or something like that, they'll try and like, oh, we own the rights to this and yada yada yada, and it's just annoying. Yeah. So the knights move. Second group of moves. First group of possible moves. 1 -1. Wait, how does my shit look? Okay, cool. We don't need that top row. How do we get rid of that top row? Is it because of this? Yeah. It's because of how it's repeating, actually. bottom numbers. Where is it? Where's my top row? Row 7. This is it. Oh, that's this one. Okay, so I need a column. Top left empty cell. So it's this one. Yep. All right, cool. Let's get rid of this. No. I guess we do need this one. Okay, so what about this? Are you kidding me? Okay, so it's because it's repeating at a different rate. You think I'm not above it? I'm petty as shit. I'm petty. Alright, cool. Yeah, so yeah, this is just JS, no this is just HTML and CSS. So now we have the board. Hey, what up, Ping? But like, so the thing we wanted to do, the thing I wanted to do rather, is we have someone's repo, right? And we see how they did it. But the thing that we've had a very difficult time doing is visualizing this. So is there a way for us to take someone else's code now the colors are flipped from the one below? Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything to me. Or does that matter in chest? Because I can just flip the colors in the CSS. Does that matter? I don't know. Hold on. Let's make that shit. Flip the colors? Okay, yeah. Alright, we'll flip it. Oh yeah, that's right, Taurus. You are a chess connoisseur. You would know this. It sure as shit matters. Oh, it does? Damn, okay. Alright, cool. Colors are flipped. And we just have to remember that white is black and black is white. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. Right? So export the function knights moves, and I'm assuming that the knights moves also the number along the bottom should be lettered A through H. Yeah, but like I saw that, but then I couldn't, in my mind I wouldn't know, like I want to say 1 to 1 or 1 to 7, like a battleship map. I wouldn't know how to say, like I would have to always look at it like A to G or some shit like that. That was too hard for me. I made a choice. I made a proactive decision. Let's get the gnat on the board. Yeah, I guess we could get the gnat on the board first. How do we want to do this? Do we just want to make it a PNG of some sort? And just like, even in Battleship, they use letters and numbers. Not in the Battleship I played. I played the Battleship from the hood. We use numbers. Y'all played that good Battleship. Yeah, I'm gonna just use a PNG because we don't have to download it. We can just copy it. I forgot how to do that though. We did that for the last project. I gotta look it up. We're gonna go with the most eccentric one. I really like this one for some reason. It looks like a zebra. He said, "Swear it's not malware." That's super reassuring. I just forgot how to implement it. I remember like it was some long code or something like that. Oh, is this it? ID. Why didn't you use the quotations to put it in JavaScript or into Markdown language? It just showed up as a blob. Oh, y'all damn minds if y'all think I'm paying for this shit. Oh, we got SVG one, first one. That's what we like. SVG, is this because this is like HTML, right? So yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Oh wait, no. It doesn't let you just copy it? Oh, that's dog water. Alright, hold on. So all I gotta do is put this in my HTML, correct? If the stream ends, we know it was malware. Ren, I task you with avenging me. All right, hold on. Let's go here real quick. Is for the SVGs? Is that usually a CSS thing or is that an HTML thing? Cause wait, I saw divs in it, so I think it's a yeah, it's a HTML thing. All right, cool. All right, cool. So there it is. So we got to put it in the tag. And then I think we got to use JavaScript to actually plant it. Oh wait, shit. And it messes up the board. Okay, fuck. We can't put it in there. Okay. Damn. I forgot all about that. Okay, so we got to put it outside of the body. All right, so then we're going to have to use like I was thinking about going like absolute, or actually no, that would be dumb because then we would have to okay. We would have to make it a child of something. My brain is overflowing. I gotta remember all of this stuff. You said should work. Hmm. All right. So what does that part do? Like the numbering you did on the left bottom. Yeah, but like it says add alt div GT. Like what are all those symbols? Type shit. So like the numbering. So the numbers are the children of the div. Yes. But I've never. I probably. I just don't remember ever seeing it being written like that. Okay, so we could start off by giving it its own class. So like in row 7. Yeah, that's what I peeped. That's what I peeped as well. I'm doing it like terrifying. New horror movie name dropped. Are you saying children of the div to some horror music in the background? Yeah. Oh wait, you're doing a repeat, so it might just give you 8 nights. Yeah, that's another thing. But hopefully, hold on. I think we can do this. We just have to put it in between something. Like we can make it the div. Cause actually, I would want to put it like somewhere here. So we have to go to like 5. And we have to remember these are flipped. So it would be the second black one on 5th. Sorry, the second, because this is actually white, but it should be black. So the second white one, which is this one. So we can make it a child of this one, right? Ooh, close. But that's the idea. All right. What was it here? We want it here. So next one over. All right, perfect. Boom. Right? All right, cool. And then we can actually pinpoint where its possible movements can be. This one, oh damn it! Actually, put this one in 3. Yeah, I guess you got a point there. I probably will just throw that into fucking. Yeah, I'll have to probably redo this. But we're only actually I might have been blinded by my hubris. Yeah, we probably have to rewrite. Probably have to rewrite all of that. Well, at this point, I probably just would plug this in and have it rewrite it for me. Because I didn't even think about that yesterday. Because actually, all we need is the 1, 2, and actually we need this on a black piece. Ugh. So let's get it lined up perfectly on there. So let's go down to 3. Should be this one. Actually, what the fuck? Do I have more squares? No, I don't. Okay. I'm just in the wrong spot. Okay. But it looks like it's not lined up. Oh, it's because it's really from 0. So 0, so this is actually 4. So Okay. Yo, this is all. Yeah, we're already getting confused. So we need to tighten this up. We need we're already getting confused. We need to tighten this up. Yeah. I just saw that. We got to get this shit tightened up. We're already losing ourselves in the smoke. Not me. Not a Freudian slip. Come on, guys. We speak in generalities. I speak like I'm talking to multiple people all the time. They, them, this, all of us, y'all. Man. All right, so okay. About to crash the whole rover. Okay, so let's just even make sure this is possible for us, because what we want to do is when this piece theoretically moves to another position, we get like an output for it. But like, is this something we can also just draw so we don't have to put in like? Yeah. Okay. We need an explanation. Explain this to me. Explain this code. That's weird. Okay. All right, so it says this code defines a function called knight moves that calculates the shortest path for a knight on a chessboard to move from a starting position, initial position, to a final position, position. Okay. The knight moves according to the unique movement rules. L shape moves 2 squares in one direction and 1 square in a perpendicular direction. So it goes up 2 and to left. Is that really how all knights move? Where's the picture at? 1, 2, left. 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 Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that the shape was perpetual L. Interesting. I never saw. Well, I never knew that. Never saw that. Also, I don't look at chessboards. Move 2 squares in a direction. 1 square perpendicular. 1 square one direction and 2 squares perpendicular. Defining the possible moves that the knight can make. These are 8 possible moves the knight can make from any position on the board. The format XY represents the change in the XY coordinates of the knight move, where the X row in the Y column. Okay. For example, 1, 2 meaning moving 1 square. Yeah, we might have made this fucking board out of nostalgia, but it's not going to be congruent to what we need to make, because we definitely need a way of like mapping out each square to its own individual grid so that we could use an XY process. For example, 1, 2 means the moving the square X direction and 2 to the space. Okay. Oh boy. Speaking of taking L's. Who is this psychopath? Okay. Each of those dots are possible locations based on the L. Have you used JS to make HTML for it? Yeah, we can use the dynamic DOM to do it before. You can programmatically number and draw each cell with JS, but you don't have to do it manually. So you don't have to do it. Yeah, we can use the DOM. But now it's like one of those things where it's like I'm just because as it stands now, the rows aren't, none of these are mentioned, so all of these would need IDs. Bad joke. And I'm on call, so like that's one thing I just have to stop looking at my phone during stream, because the amount of bullshit I get sent is crazy. Breath first straight. And what's the fastest way to? It went really well. It went surprisingly well. So well that, you know, we were talking so much that we both were like, we gotta schedule another meeting, because the time we were supposed to use to don't change it. It's just because I'm dyslexic, I can't read. I said, oh no, we're gonna talk some more, but gave me a lot of perspective into some misconceptions I had about organization structurings, and really how like a big part of planning your career trajectory is understanding where the technology goes and he was like, what happened after the first boom of AI in the early 50s? What came from that? And what really came from that was optimization and a lot of like chip optimization. So he was like, there should be a greater emphasis put on what chips will be capable of doing in the next 10 years, because that's where the money is right now. And things blossom and grow based on money. For example, about 3D file formats. Hey, talk your shit, King. The thing that I think a lot of people, at least I can speak a little bit truth to a little bit of truth to what we were talking about was, like, for us, when the U.S. government backed used Medicare to support people who needed kidney transplants and kidney dialysis. When the government decided to fund that, we developed the research technology to figure out that we can put kidneys on dialysis out of the body and take bad kidneys and recoup them and make them better and transplant those kidneys. And people were like stunned. That's where the research for pig kidney transplants happened as well. So like, when money is put into something, it will eventually evolve. So he's like, that's where people's focus should be. If you're looking to be ahead of the market, see where the money is, and then take a vested interest in making those things happen. I'm familiar with chips. I've always been a Cool Ranch or just regular Doritos. You can't go wrong with regular Doritos. I still think it warrants us going over the main code and just getting a feel for it. But like, how about 20 question game? There's a website. Is there a website for that? I'd be open to it, because I don't think this is a concept. This is probably going to be one of the weaker concepts for me, because it's so much based on just your general, like, just a general understanding of how it works, and the two ways that it works. Hash maps being a mesh of a bunch of linked lists, and linked lists are directed pointers with instructions. I think the linked list made so much more sense because I used the snake method. Like, you need a head and a tail, and every node that you put in there points to something else. And then you can have situations where it bypasses things, it comes back to things. Yeah, I think I'm always open to seeing it. It's just upon closer inspection, right? And if it's one of those things where it's like, it took people who studied this shit for years to get it, months of work. There's no point in beating your head over it. When you come to it, you'll learn some more about it. But like, we were prepared to build a whole entire chessboard, get the IDs for all of them, and create a dynamic DOM and program that. Like, we were about to program all of that when the initial function for tracking this is 45 lines of code, right? And the thing that you have to really understand is just, okay, so while you're in the queue to figure out the length, as long as the queue length, which is going to hold all the possible paths, is greater than 0, you'll stay in the loop until you get to 1. So you will exhaust your whole entire path, which will build your tree until you get to 1. And then that's when you know your tree is completed. And your tree is completed based on how many known paths there are. And if there are no paths, then the tree is just a head and a tail. It's nothing. And you just push it into queue. So like, the concept is understood. Yeah, the concept is understood. So then why are we building all of this stuff, right? It's not what I'm interested in. We got the juice. I think we just move on. Honestly. What's next? A deeper look at Git. Yeah, the concept is in mind, but I think the thing of me wanting to see it just comes from my visual style of learning. Oh, they're gonna teach us how to make tests in GitHub. Ooh, I like this. Is that what they're about to teach us? Yeah, I think we take this to the bank and move on. They're absolutely wilding. They're absolutely wilding, King. It's kind of crazy. Like it's the game is rigged. The game is rigged. A simpler visualize for binary tree is drawing the tree with HTML and visualizing each path. But if you think you grasp the main idea, EST, we can fast forward. Oh yeah, it's actually diabolical. And the fact about it is, like, how many people just out here giving it away? How many people are just giving this away? Because if that browser's open, it's tracking your location, it's tracking the time, it can see your other tabs. It's Microsoft CEO sits on the board of LinkedIn. The person whose operating system I'm running on sits on the board of LinkedIn. Oh, come on. It's not even fair. Yeah, I think what we'll do is let's put a bow on this and close it off, because if we're done with this, let's be done with it properly, shall we? So what we'll do is let's just make a JS file, and then we'll put some notes just to kind of talk about why we're doing it this way. I think we can close it off there. So we'll do main dot JS. Alright. When you buy a company, having a board seat seems like a given. In my experience, stakeholders are responsible for dumb choices like 70% of the time. I'm just using LinkedIn to find postings, and I'm going through the company's main website. Absolutely. That's how I've been doing it. But, like, no, Ren, and you're right, they do deserve it. I mean, they own it, but, like, it's that level of transparency, right? It's just like the company that knows could, if they want it, they literally have a new product line called screen grab, where like it memorizes everything you did, and you can search back in your own computer's history to look for it and make reference to it. So they've openly said, we're watching your every move. And then let's say you're a company, and like, how many times have you been in a meeting where someone's being let go and they're like, oh, why they letting go of Jim or Bob or whoever, dickhead? And it's like, oh, because they were talking about the manager in the team's meeting, because they can spy on us. So now imagine, right? You're looking for a job. And you're writing emails, you're writing notes, and you have all your information, or you're planning on how you're doing that. And you write down all the skills and qualifications you think you have, or that makes you a good candidate. What's stopping them from like saying, oh, okay, these are the skills we need. Let's make a bot that can do exactly all the things he can do. Right? Let's make an algorithm that can do these skills that he is And the thing that's crazy about LinkedIn will ask questions to get your profile boosted and say, hey, here's a question that a lot of product managers are having. How do you deal with this problem? You don't think they're conjugating all of those responses and then siphoning off to like a Q bank where they'll then sell your opinion, the thing that you trained so hard to acquire, sell it to a Q bank that'll be like, hey, this is an office AI helper that can answer questions like this directly from the mouth of the people who don't have a job doing it because the AI bot has replaced you. That's fucking diabolical. It's truly diabolical. How do I get that thing? What is it? 3 of them? Okay, yeah, it's 3 of them. All right. Okay, so upon closer, I want is a visual. Hey, yo, Kaizen though, where's that 20 question thing though? Can you send that to me in the Discord? A link to it? Maybe we can just look at it. Upon closer inspection, I want to visualize the process and dynamic DOM and host of other beyond the scope. He said he was watching my YouTube video. I was just saying, you said there was like this 20 question thing. I was just curious to know, is it a link or something? Can you send it to me in Discord? Beyond the... Yeah, ooh, it would be great if we got the 500 minutes because of that video. So everybody go watch the video and pin in the comment section. Let me see how many hours we got. Oh shit, we don't got no hours on this. Everybody just go open up a tab and keep it running. Yeah, but also it's one of those things where it's just like, it's also one of those things where like people, it's so scammy. Like, so I knew that there was like this girl at one of my companies. She was at one of my companies. There was this girl who would always like, you could tell she was like a mole. So her whole thing would be like, oh, I wonder why the team's not, like the team wouldn't be vibing because of something the manager did. And she would just go like ear hustling around and then she'll send you like an email, and she'll be like, I can't believe blank said this and said that. Can you believe them? They're not good leaders. And I was like, yo, the way you worded that was so sus. I'm not even going to respond. When I see her in passing, she'll be like, hey, did you get my email? I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that, but I felt like that was a little bit too that's a little bit too intense of a conversation to be having through email transaction. Like, if you want to talk about how the manager's doing with me, I think we should have just a one-on-one conversation. And she was like, oh, okay, I understand that. So should we do it on Teams? I was like, no, we could do it face to face. We come to work every day. This was while I was in the hospital. But it was such a red flag. But there are people who probably would actually speak to her, and then she would use that as a bargaining chip to be like, I have dirt on this person. You could just feel that was the vibe she gave off. Oh yeah, high performing, the tattletale. Like, there was a girl who used to come to this stream for my job, and she would come and like give people subs and stuff like that, and then she would report like, yeah, people in Heroes chat are saying stuff that's probably not company wise, and I'm just like, yeah, but then they call you, then they say you're difficult to work with, or you're not, or you're not being a culture fit, because like, I've done both sides. I'm super friendly and I want to hear, yes, tell me about your stupid weekend where you did absolutely nothing. Yes, show me pictures of the 300th picture of your dog from this week. Yeah, I'm horribly interested in knowing how Jake did in his fucking musical. Oh, you have a clip of it? No, definitely play. Oh, is that you standing in the middle of the aisle, hogging up so much space to watch your kid play the flute horribly? Majestic. Oh, sorry, it was a viola, not a violin. Yes. Continue to feel like superior because you're correcting me over nonsense I would never care about. And then I've done the part where I'm like, no, I go home after. They're like, hey, Hero, you should come out with us afterwards. I'm like, no, I'm going home to my wife. Thank you. They'd be like, Hero's not married. Oh, you didn't know I was married? Married with 3 kids. And I think you can have friends in corporate America. I think they're the people that you make those connections with and bonds with. There's people like from my job that I fuck with heavily, but I think like people, your friends in corporate America are the people that help you, period. Like I knew a manager who I covered his ass on multiple occasions, times where, we ran out of oxygen in the hospital. We ran out of, one time we ran out of sterile ice for these organ transplants, and we were going to cancel this organ transplant until I thought to myself, oh wait, you could get sterilized ice from Sonic. Sonics, for some strange reason, have purified ice that they use because of how it's packaged and made, and they don't get theirs delivered in, or it doesn't come from like a mass generated one. It's sterile. And I know this because I go to Sonic so much, and I was just curious how the ice was made. And one time the manager was talking about it, and he brought out the filter, and I was like, God damn, that's the same filter we use at the hospital. He was like, yeah, man, these filters cost like $800. I was like, God, shit. And I got that to happen. Whenever he needed someone to cover last minute, he'd be like, "Hero, man, we don't have anyone to cover." I'd be like, "Yeah, I got you, no problem." And then like one day he was like, one day I like my car broke down, and I literally showed up 15 minutes late. Granted, it was the start of, it was a Thursday morning rush. Not having me on the floor would definitely hurt, but you know, I needed him to cut me some slack. Like, for everything I've ever done for him, this was the one time, like, and this was the first time I was ever late. I notified him in advance, notified him 30 minutes in advance, and he was just, I knew the gig was up, and this was how I knew the gig was up. Because his first words to me weren't even, "Be safe, get here when you can." His first words were, "Damn it, Hero, you're fucking me." And I'm just like, I'm calling you 30 minutes in advance. My tire is literally blown out on the side of the road. I'm not going to wait for AAA to come change it. I'm going to get on my hands and knees and change this tire by myself. And your first words were, "Damn it, Hero, you're fucking me." And that's when I knew the gig was up. Because then after all of that came through, finished the surgery, finished everything, super apologetic. I even apologized in the stand-up meeting. And I went to the stand-up. I apologized to the team. The team was like, "Oh, don't worry. You're good, man, Hero. The amount of times you've covered us and everything." And even the manager, he was like, "Oh yeah, you're fine, Hero." 5 o'clock rolls around. I'm about to head out. "Hey, Hero, can you come talk to me real quick?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he's like, once again, "Hey, I'm sorry I was late. Freak accident, couldn't be helped." He's like, "Yeah, but you really let the team down. You put us in a tough predicament. We were down 2 people already. I had to come on the floor. We had to postpone stuff, and for that it can't excuse that. So we're gonna write you up." And I was like, "If I sign this today, I'm not coming back tomorrow." He was like, "You have to give a 2-week notice." And I was like, and that was like the first time I actually got, like, I crashed out in a hospital setting. I was like, "Do you think someone who doesn't work here gives a fuck about your policies?" And I made him count up the times he had called me in, because I kept a calendar. At one point, I had so much overtime, HR had to call and say, "Is something going on? Like, do you need more staff? Because there's no reason why he should have this amount of overtime." Like, we're peeking into labor laws, and for all you guys that don't know, medical professionals don't get tapped out. We can work until we feel adequate. Like, we can use labor laws to work, like, just in like an event if there was like a pandemic or an accident where we had to work overtime. So we don't fall into those categories. And he was like, "Yeah," he was like, "You're right. The 12 times I called you this month to cover, the 12 times you answered." And I was like, and then I missed 15 minutes and 13 seconds. I had it down to like the second, like, because I was documenting everything. And I was like, "You're going to write me up for that?" He was like, "Heads were rolling, so they said we need someone needs to take the blame for this." And I was like, "Then you should take the blame for it, for having us understaffed, having us this." He was like, "Well, Sherry couldn't come in because her baby was sick." And I was like, "So Sherry's baby trumps my car being fixed?" And he was like, "Well, we're not putting each people's struggle against it." I'm like, "No, fuck that. If you're telling me I'm being punished because you're too afraid to punish Sherry, then that's not on me. If I sign this today, I'm not coming back tomorrow." And he was like, "Don't be like that. Just sleep on it. This is nothing. Like, you sleep." And sure enough, I signed it, and I put my badge on the table and walked out. And he was like, "You'll never be able to get hired here." I was like, "Bro, this is an entry-level position. This was like super early." And that was like right when I was finishing my master's too, so I knew I wasn't coming back. But yeah, that was when I said to myself, "Oh, like, it doesn't matter if I am their hero. It doesn't matter how many times I save them. It doesn't matter how many. The only thing that matters is leverage. And as long as I have leverage, I can tell them to go fuck themselves." And like the day I quit, there was only 2 people from the team that even called me to say, "Yo, we're gonna miss you." But yeah, like it resonates with me. That level of aggression when people are like, "Oh, Hero, why don't you tell us about yourself?" And then they called back. They called me back to say, "Hero, come back. Let's talk about this. Let's do this. Let's do that." And they were like, "Okay, we're gonna bring you back, Hero. We're gonna let you come back." And I was like, "I'm only coming back under one condition. You remove the write-up." I said, "Remove the write-up from my record, and I'll come back." And they're like, "We can't do that. It's against our policy." And I said, "So why are we talking?" They're like, because you quit without 2-week notice and you put your team in a tough predicament." I was like, "Sounds like a managerial issue. Hey, when you guys fire him, feel free to reach out to me if you want some real leadership." And I hung up. Like I just saw my evolution of aggression. Like I became aggressive towards people who really do have jobs just to keep other people out of jobs. Like I explained that to them, because they sent me like an eval thing. I was like, they were like, "Can you explain to us why you don't want to return?" Like even one of the doctors called me. He was like, "Okay, we're gonna get your record clear, but like you gotta come back." And I was like, "No, it's too late. I've been unplugged. I'm no longer in the matrix. I'm not going back." You mean to tell me I think back then I was getting paid like $17 an hour. $17 an hour, I would lug around 14 canisters of oxygen, going floor to floor, replacing all of their oxygen, transporting patients, prepping them, getting their equipment ready, all of that shit, cleaning shit off of the beds, preparing rooms and making sure surgical equipment was prepared, and I did it without ever complaining. I would be happy to come back. I enjoyed the pizza party. I enjoyed the pizza parties. But it wasn't about me being late. It was about sending a message that Hero's not special, even though he does special things for us. And that's when it registered in my mind. I've watched doctors come into the hospital drunk, fentanyl needles missing, drugs go missing, investigation happens, no one gets blamed. X-ray machines malfunction. If I had a black light and was able to go to the nursing outwait station, the things you would see on those pillowcases: floor, walls, beds, showers, couches. I've literally seen a doctor with a holstered weapon on his hip go into surgery, talking about he forgot. But then it dawned on me, there's 2 types of people at work: people who just want to do their fucking job, and people who don't have a job, so they have to find a way to stay in positions of power. And that's when I stopped caring. I just knew it made sense. It made so much more sense. Yeah. So you have 2 choices. You either are a high performer and you give like what, like my current position. Oh, I be giving patient prescriptions they can't afford all the time. What you gonna do? Fire me? Good luck finding someone to cover the next 5 months of my call. Good luck. That's sick. That's easily $10 million. Good fucking luck. power. Unadulterated power. Unexcusable. Unrelenting. Like that. Like, you want to know who taught me that lesson? On my last day, I was quitting. When I was walking out, because I was super emotional. Like, and there's a moment of there's a moment of so I'll explain it like this. When you first walk into the hospital, everyone enters through the basement for security purposes. So we all enter through the basement. But in the basement, that's where the laundry, housekeeping, beds, maintenance, and general janitorial services are kept, right? And when they heard that I was getting promoted up into the operating room as an operating room technician, they were so proud of me. Like these mom and pops, like your aunties and uncle type motherfuckers. Like, there goes our hero. Hey, you get him, future doctor. They would call me doc, pat me on the back. They would, help me out and stuff like that. I was basically bottom of the totem pole in the operating room, and I was in school at the time. But they was like, it was so heartwarming to walk past them, because I felt like I was doing and achieving something that their generation just didn't get a chance to see. They don't get to see people like me walk through those hallways. So when I was leaving, and they was like, man, Hero, where you going, man? What's going on? They was like, Dawn, don't leave like this. They were begging me and pleading me. And one of the janitors who had been there for 30 years, I'll never forget what he said to me on my way out. And he was like, nah, let him go. Let him go. And I was like, and he was always sort of like, he was like a super like tough, grumpy ass dude. Like, he had been there 40 years, just grumpy as shit. But like, you're like, no, let him go. He a grown man. He making his own decisions. Cause like some of them were like, no, go back, apologize. Everything will be fine. You'll be fine. And he says he's leaving here with no keys on his belt. And I was like, no keys on my belt. But then it dawned on me, that man has been here for 40 years. And there's a reason why you hear him before you see him. And it's because he has every goddamn key to this building. You can't fire him. He literally has the key to every room in the building. His janitorial key hound, that symbolic version of you hearing him before you see him, is the identification of the power he holds. Even if he gave you the keys back, you couldn't identify in time what you need in order to open up a door. Even if he gave you the power to open up every door in the hospital, it would take you hours to figure out which key it is. And that's when it dawned on me. I was like, holy shit. He's been waiting for me he's been waiting. He saw me as an equal. He knew I was better than this. In fact, he became annoyed when he saw how I fawned over the adulations of people who weren't on my level. He wanted more for me. So that's why he was happy to see me go. Because he knew at that point I had figured something out. But when he said it, he's leaving with no keys on his belt. For weeks I couldn't understand it. But it dawned on me that I heard that man before I even saw that man. And I knew that authority was coming. Like, imagine me, as every time we needed help getting access to a building, we would hear him coming from a fucking mile away. And everyone would get calm. Oh, so-and-so is on his way. So-and-so is on his way. We're good. Eye-opening. Hey, yo, thanks, Robo, for the bits. Hey, you gotta talk to me gently. I got 3 degrees, man. Talk gently to your boy. Oh yeah, and I'm I'm telling y'all the ones that really keep me sane, to be honest, because I would have been lost my mind a long time ago. It's crazy too, because like for the longest I thought I thought something was wrong with me. I was like, why can't I just be accepted? Why is it so hard for me to fit in? Oh, young me. If I could, whenever they ask like, oh, Hero, what would you tell young you? You were never going to fit in. You were never meant to fit in, my friend. You were meant to stand out. That's the piece of advice I would give to him. Stop. I wanted to grow my hair out since I was like 18. And I would always cut it and get nervous. Like, oh, what if they don't accept me? Bitch, they don't accept you with a fade. They won't accept you with a wig. They won't accept you bald. They won't even accept you with a buzz cut. Go in there and be yourself. Tani, what's up? TwitchCon was amazing, but I didn't go. Taurus went. He told me it was fire. Over the years working in healthcare providers, seeing how upper management cares very little about their staff, I've reached so many levels of I don't give a fuck. Yeah, the only thing I care about is my patients now. No, I haven't got it redone on Tuesday, but I did oil it, so it probably looks a little bit more vibrant. I'm gonna keep these twists because I put in an extra row under my main row, so I cut my hair and put in rows underneath. So I'm gonna keep these bad boys in for a little while, so my undergrowth can really grow out. The rope, you can't go wrong with the rope twist. It's definitely the most protective and the most versatile. But if I had it my way, I would always go with like the, you know what it's called actually, like the ropes, like where there's just two long ropes here and then two in the back. So that's actually the best version of my hair, the curled effect. So much so that the last girl I used to talk to, she put me on game on some of these rollers she used to use because she had locks too. And I told her this shit. Yo, I know we broke up amicably. But to this day, the best gift I've ever gotten from a girlfriend was those goddamn rollers. Cause I used to use the shit out of hers, and then she bought me my own for my birthday. I said I still talk about that shit. She's like, I'm married with. She's like, Harold, stop talking about this shit. I am married with 2 kids. I don't care. Put your husband on the phone. Hey, you lucky mother lover. You lucky son of a gun. Look at your happy ass, 2 kids. I bet you think you're great, don't you? Alright. That's all I wanted. Bye. You always keep your hair long, but the only, I mean, the thing about it is like, it's really, when your hair is this long, it's really about scalp control. So you just got to keep the scalp clean. Exactly. Yeah, you gotta go keep your hair oiled up. Don't let it get dry. Don't let it get flaky. Don't use too much like heavy like gel products, because a lot of people try and style their locks, but really it's the time that you spend oiling it that'll really keep it. Oh, don't worry, Robo. Tani, you have straight hair? Don't worry, Robo. The bald look is good on. You know what? And I'm happy, because Robo, I hope you're not the type of person. And no disrespect. Okay, maybe a little disrespect. But if you go into the barbershop to get these colored on hairlines, I just want you to find happiness. I want you to find happiness and love in yourself to stop doing this shit. I saw a dude the other day. Who was bald. He was bald on Monday, and he came in with a tapered fade on Thursday. And he was like one of these mid-level dudes. He had the gray beard. And his shit was now jet black. Talking about every time he took a sip of from his coffee, you saw the motherfucking black ring from the beard. Got motherfucking, he had clear water. That shit started turning black. You're not even using the expensive dye. Your shit is water soluble. Nah, bruh. Talking about he walked up to me and said this with his whole chest. Here, I got the crispiest lineup this side of the Mississippi. And I said I should dip your forehead in the Mississippi talking like that. The fucking room lost it. He was like, oh, he just a young hater. I said, no. Shut that shit up. Because I know my head is big as shit. I'm gonna let it go. Elsa made the song for you, motherfucker. Let that shit go. Talking about, nah, man, this is what keeps my old lady happy. Nah. You wanna know what's gonna keep her happy? Keeping them goddamn black marker marks streaks off of her pillows at night. Oh man, like, he thought he was killing it too. I wanted to fight him. But hey, once again, no hate, but I do hate him in particular. Yeah, I just want men, like, I just miss the time and day where men were just like okay with whatever genetic lottery they got. Pillows always catching strays from dyes, absolutely. But like, and you know what? And maybe I need to stop being cruel, because you want to know the people that made them do that? It's the Coach Primes and the Brian Urlachers who went to go get hair transplants in Turkey. They can't afford that, but they want that. But like, I know when my day comes for me to lose my hair, I'm just okay. Like, I promise, like, if y'all start to see like this shit opening up right here, and all I got is like this shit coming down, ayo, you don't have to do it publicly. Just send me a DM. and be like, Hero, my brother in code, my brother on the show, it's time to let it go. You hear me? No, I'm definitely cutting it. Like, I'm not gonna keep this hair for, like, I think 2 years ago I was this close away from cutting it and just being like, fuck it. But if you ever in your life said, you know what, I consider Hero a friend, I consider him someone I would look up to, like I consider him someone to be of responsible nature, and you didn't call me to tell me that, yo, what's going on, my brother in Christ, my brother in fights. For me, and I think like because in large part my hair was for me, hey yo, what up, Syntax? In large part for me, my hair was symbolic. It was more of like my way of saying, nah, fuck you. This is Kung Fu Hustle. Wow, Kaizen, I knew you were a person of culture. It's just a protest for me. It was just a protest for me. It was every time someone came in and they had like every time there was or every time I walked in. I remember the time I walked into an elevator and this lady, she couldn't have been no older. I'm gonna be nice to her and say she was like 50, but she looked like she was Betty White's age 10 years ago. And I walked into the elevator and I realized that she hadn't hit a button. And then I further realized she was lost. That's why she hadn't hit a button yet. So when I walked in there, I was like, what floor are you heading to? And she was like, oh, actually, I'm getting off here. And I was like, you're not getting off here. What floor are you getting off on? Because this is the cardiac floor, so I know you can't be getting off on this floor. And she was like, oh no, I think this is our floor. I'm like, well, I can't let you off here because I'm dressed in street clothes, and she thinks she doesn't know that I work here. So she's like, oh no, I'm just gonna get out, but she's terrified. She's just trying to get off. But the doors close on her too fast. So now she's sitting in the corner clutching her purse. I'm going to the lobby anyway. Somebody else comes on there, and she was like, ma'am, can you help me, please? I'm lost. And she was like, yeah, sure. And then she was like, Hero, do you know where she's trying to go? And I was like, no, she said she wasn't lost when I talked to her. I said, why don't you get off and ask security meet us in the lobby, and we'll be down there so you can help make an announcement. And she was like, okay, thank you. And so she gets off. So we get on so now it's me and her on the elevator. Now it's just me and her on the elevator. And I look at her and I said, just for the record, the way you had your purse all clenched up, I would have took your shit. If you think your weak ass could have stopped me from taking your purse, you out your goddamn mind. I would have took your shit. The door opens and it's fucking security. Hey, Bob. Hit him with my TV voice. Hey, Bob, can we get some help here? Bob comes running over. Oh, yes, sir. Mr. Hero, how can I help you? Bob, I think we have a rare occasion where we have a missing person. This ma'am, what's your name? She's shaking. Martha's lost. Can we get an announcement on the main speaker? Martha, what's your name? And she was like, I was like, give me your purse. Let me look in your purse for your ID. She's trying to fight with me. Let's give that goddamn purse and let me get your ID on. Oh, Martha, okay. Got you. Let's make an announcement for this person. Fucking kids come running around the corner. Mom, we've been looking for you all day. Oh. Thank you so much for finding. Oh, no problem. You guys keep an eye on her. Martha, make sure you hold that purse snug, tight. I'd hate to see you fight over it. What a reference, Ren. What a reference.
Let me be honest. When they break down every round that I've sketched bouts, there's nothing tougher than smooth as the rusty tools in a shared house.
Oh man, legendary.
It's cool.
Legendary.
Giving head counts. They didn't even book you niggas rooms. I told them Harlem Hospital.
Came in saying, "Oh, I'm here to draw your blood. Draw your blood." Oh, I don't want you to draw my blood. Can we find someone else? There is no one else. It's just me. And I'm only doing this because I don't think the results are accurate. I think the results are wrong. I think your condition is getting worse. And she was like, "No, we can do it in the morning. We can do it in the morning." I'm going to keep it honest with you. Your fingertips are turning blue. You're not getting enough oxygen. I think we should do this tonight. No, it's fine. It's fine. All right, cool. Came back 2 days later. Hey, where's the patient from 233? Oh, they didn't make it. I bet. What? What? It was like, damn. Yo, you thought I was playing when I said I thought you weren't gonna make it? You're on 4 liters? You were on 10 liters of oxygen? And your fingertips are turning blue? This shit preferably to show a prior professor the precise calculated correct methods of math, nigga. And you and that arterial blood gas said you had a retention of 80%? Youngin, you got to learn how this works. Nah. Oh, hold up. It's hardball with an oddball. When the shots you throw through do cardboard like it's cardboard. I feel like I'm at your mom's door with a convoy full of armed boys from Darfur. My heart core colder than the shoulders on a U.S. soldier on armed shores, but you can sense it, nigga. The tension thicker than German guard dogs. My beloved Facts, King. Facts. Hey. So when someone's discriminated against me in the hospital, oh man, what do you know? Humanity and social consults are out of the office at 5 p.m. Can't ask for a consult. Can't ask humanity and social to come down and give you some empathy so that you can let me operate on you. Hope you make it through the night. I'm going home. But yeah, I remember the first time. I remember the first time, I went to go cry in a corner when a person said I couldn't operate on their mother. They didn't want me in the room. I went to go cry. I was like, I wouldn't have hurt her. Like, older me looking at younger me would just be a stronger, more mean version. Like, oh, you bitch. Get your dumb ass up and go home. In the brain? Oh, that's fascinating. That's fascinating. Could you imagine your body not understanding a response that it's never felt before? Experiencing something it had, like experiencing being threatened in the most peaceful place you've ever been? Or like knowing internally that there's no part of your mind that intends to steal anything, but people keep following you as if you're stealing something? Experiencing that for the first time? Oh my goodness. How did y'all disrespect God? Ain't it evil to live backwards? Let me bring that back. It reminds me of like back in the early 2000s. There was like a 20/20 or 60-minute episode where like a bunch of white people basically did blackface to see how it felt to be black in a store. And really all the people were doing was just like looking at them like, why is this white person walking around in blackface? That's what had people freaked out. This what champions look like. And we don't look like. You look like. I'm Floyd with you boys battle versus. You Jim Lantley. So this reminds me of like the time where we had a Jewish doctor who was a lung perfusionist, and he was like renowned, and he actually recently passed away. He passed away in I want to I don't want to misspeak on this, but I think he passed away in Gaza, working with the Doctors Without Borders, and he's just loved. There's a restaurant I used to go to where he has an open tab, and every time I go there, I would always try and pay, and like the owner or somebody would be like, "Hey, you're one of so and so's friends." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's Dr. So and so." And they're like, "Yeah, your money's no good here. He's already paid for your meal." And I'm like, "No, come on, guys. Like, he's not even here. Like, I can definitely pay for my own meals. I have friends and family with me. It's perfectly fine." He was like, and he like goes on to this diatribe about how like he saved his dad and his brother because they both had the same heart condition. But he's like, literally, you can sit here all you want. No one's gonna take a tab from you. I've already told them. But there was a time where like I was in a case with him, and he, like I said, he's Jewish, and somebody came in, and the thing that was crazy about this was that the person, this person who was coming in for a procedure, was like an emergency. I won't say what field, but they were definitely a civil servant, and they had the iron lightning cross on their shoulder and on their back where their heart was. And when I tell you, I was like, because this was like well into my career, so I was like, oh, he's about to call off the surgery. He's not going to do it. He did it and acted like he never even saw it. And you could tell the guy was nervous before he went in, but usually everyone's nervous before they go in. But he was like, I'm sorry for any trouble I might cause. I'm sorry for everything. I'm sorry. I was young, I was dumb, and this, and I was looking at him like, what the fuck? But then the nurses let us, like, the nurse pulled me aside and said, have you seen his tattoos? I was like, no, I didn't see his tattoos. Like, because I've seen people with, like, KKKs and swastikas and stuff like that, but I wouldn't have recognized those specific symbols. And she was like, yeah, those are. So, like, and another thing is we're required to, like, document identifying markers, just in case like there's a mass casualty or something and we need help identifying the body, or a body gets mixed up in the morgue or something like that. We need to be able to identify it so people know about the tattoos and stuff. But it was truly fascinating because he didn't flinch. He didn't fucking flinch.
What you bought for me? A bunch of motherfucking train jokes? This shit no laughing matter. When in the end I take mixing, you ain't even half the batter. How you gonna get the bitch? We don't even have a batter. You's a waste of my motherfucking time, nigga. And you're cutting into your motherfucking time, nigga.
Just sent it? Yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, this great conversation.
Let's get the chop in this fable. Let's get the chop in this fable. You're a fake new Tupac with fatal.
But yeah, for what this is worth, we've accomplished the goal that we want to accomplish. But no, I appreciate you sending me that. I'm gonna definitely take a look at that. Are you still working on this?
You notice I mentioned Bird in that other round. I'm guessing now subconsciously, possibly, he probably, because he paid for this problem, I had to step around. You remember that holler beef where he checked the child? I'm betting Callan, Hitman and Stickman, and you with a wedding gown. All I'm saying is y'all married, yo, in scenario, same depth and style. but why your expressions foul? I get this feeling like you feeling like what I just said was down low, like yo, like that was wow. Oh, but that's funny, cause I'm a little skeptical, Cal. Have my peoples investigate you, pal. Instagram for you Calico fans that have yet to browse.
Interesting.
July 17th, 8:40 p.m.
King, you be on some real shit, man.
What's up? We kept the foul.
Still unsure of the direction as I got caught up in 3D web. The thing about it, neural processing, the mind is a powerful tool. Being able to disorienting one sense gives you control over the other. That's how people are able to use sleight of hand. That's how someone can steal your watch while convincing you that they're going to steal your wallet. So disorienting one sense gives you power over the other four. But I've always said that there's a sixth element, which some people call like the soul, which is a lot easier to trick under drugs.
Detroit gangsters do. Skinny dipping going wild. But we ain't judging though. You ain't on trial. I like that. Listen. Y'all took that down? Okay. Yeah, should have kept it up, boss. I know. Yeah. Let's do it, y'all. I ain't even get a second verse. Beloved, my beloved T-Rex says, grown man bars is something you gotta deal with.
Grown man bars is something you have to deal with.
Fabricated, it ain't gonna equal up to this
real shit.
Check it out. I want y'all to picture this as I paint the slide. Tombstone, grain inscribed, here lies my beloved. Grave this wide. I mean, I had that much love for you. I know that because you got that much hate for I. Don't want you to hang your eye. Not for a second, little nigga. Catch it. Brace your vibe. Be froze for death is cold. I want to search your soul and hold on to whatever holes exposing the pain you hide. Bring me mine, nigga. Now, look, I don't want to break this bond. I just want to break the
You're going to have to have you tabbed up while I go a bit more. Nah, go for it. I got to be up early tomorrow anyway, so we need to start shutting it down. Let's push this.
And though I never met your father, I see a lot of his ways in your stride. I mean, you got that talk it like I walk it kind of attitude. You know, it's real good that he gave you pride. Every son should be proud of his father. And I look at my little one, and I want the same for mine. That's why when I look up at you, I see what he can go through when a father don't take the time. You know, I think it's real fucked up. Hold up.
And you know, maybe even tomorrow might be a good time for us to segue into it, because I think they're talking about GitHub and stuff like that. Right?
You know, I think it's real fucked up when people gave him all that time.
What are we looking at here for the GitHub?
Yeah,
they talking about a deeper look into the GitHub. Learn history of changing Git commands, different ways of changing history, using remotes to change history, danger of history changing operations, best practice of history changing operations, getting set up, setting up code editor. So before you get started with this lesson, let's create a Git playground in which you can safely follow along with code performance. What is this that you are using? What do you mean? Change the site. Oh, the Odin project. It's the Odin project. Before you get started, it's necessary to get a CD. Now let's CD into the repository and just clone the created some new files. Setting up the code editor to perform the certain GitHub commands. Create third file. Create first file.
When you see this again, that's gonna be one of your favorite lines. Something to think about the next time you on stage waving signs.
Amend.
Trying to be like the only
What
guy
happens
you
here
got.
is we
And
first
scared you wanna keep his name
updated
alive,
the
but young
staging
nigga,
area,
trying to save you from
including the
your
missing
lives. You said it
files,
yourself.
and
My
then
pops was
we
a real
replaced the last
nigga.
commit with.
Youngin', that ain't no
Oh, so
lie.
like this is all about like if you ever wanted to like go back in time, if you ever deleted something, changing multiple commits.
Would you kill a world and save yourself, nigga? Yeah, I ain't think that was why.
You should notice this one
Something to think about the next
rebasing.
time y'all thuggin', drinking and drugging, hard liquor, y'all full of kills.
Using
Remember,
squashing
hold up.
commits
I tried to
for
give you
our
the last
commits
picture.
is very handy way of
Hold up,
keeping our Git history tidier
We gonna get this work.
by combining multiple commits into one.
Hold up.
Rebase. To be like this command recommit amend. Rebase is a command above that allows you to amend the commit. Once you are satisfied with it, you can complete it by rebasing it. Okay. So once you change it, once you're done changing it, you can change it back to being back in like the normal timeline. Reset, rebase, get base, get head. Yeah, maybe this is worth reading tomorrow. But I feel like this is a weird place to put this in the chapter. Hold on.
I'm just trying to give him the large picture. Yo, Pops wasn't no gangster. He was just another lost nigga.
Using Git in the real world, I feel like we're already doing this. So
But when he performed lectures, raised the man consciousness up from doing wrong to putting us in uniforms.
more
making us
testing,
soldiers and
project
guns on.
testing,
Or them guns,
testing
guys.
basics.
Nat Turner, when the man had us on the back burner.
We literally haven't touched JavaScript in so long. I'm literally like ashamed that I said, all right, and then finishing JavaScript. So we're pretty much, I don't think like we'll skim over this. I'll probably do this at work, and then we can start tomorrow here.
I mean, yo, daddy, that father title get deployed.
Yeah, because the battleship one is where we want to be. Battleship is where we want to be.
And since it takes a father to raise a man child, well, it's no wonder you talk all that young shit.
You a little boy. They don't get the large picture.
Yo, Pops wasn't no gangster. He was just another lost nigga. Look at me, King. Look at me. He was so lost.
You
We
lost.
gonna get this work. We gonna get this work. You can never fuck with me. Ever. In your life. Look at you emotional. Yeah, he gonna get this work. He'll be home next year.
Him saying he'll be home next year is diabolical, actually. All right. Oh wait,
He was so lost.
hey, yo, LJ's is live. Let's go pay LJ. Let's go pay your boy LJ a visit.
CNN. You supposed to be one of the leading faces in battle
Where'd
rap.
his name
Look
go?
how you
Ah,
represent.
there he is. He tried to
They
hide.
told me, I said, stop lying, y'all hyping.
He was trying
you
to
in the
hide.
crib with pissed alligators and shit. Not to mention everybody else, but you did and they got yourself indicted. Then you showed the chickens. I thought about you and your man in that picture. These Detroit niggas still
Cockfighting. All right. Man, we had a great conversation today. Don't skim on Git. I know. I'll read it seriously, but also the commands that you gonna add these projects to your portfolio hero? Of course. Every time I open one of these up, know that it's showing up in my GitHub. It's absolutely showing up in my. We'll definitely push it. Like we'll take a deeper look at them, but like the battleship one is the one I really want. I hope that this isn't like a test. This is a project testing basics. So like these are just questions and answers. But I'll take the GitHub seriously, especially since like now. Do I even have to say it? Y'all know I love me some GitHub. Hold on now. Maybe y'all must have forgot, but I like to consider myself a connoisseur of GitHubs now. I like to consider myself a connoisseur. But I feel like I would just be reading, and if I'm just reading in chat, I can do that a lot faster and more proficiently, especially if I have to read to understand. I don't think like there's anything in the Git that I would need to consult the chat with. Okay. All right, let's talk about the good stuff and the bad stuff, y'all. Ayo, clap.
Get down.
Take it to the good side. Oh wait, shit. I said shout out. I needed a raid. We're gonna raid. Alright, you guys, we made it to the end. As you can tell, I'm whisper talking, so that means my family's back in town and all is well with the universe. Thank you guys so much for killing it. It felt good to have this conversation. It's been a long time since I got to vent and talk disrespectfully. Like, you don't even realize how much you keep bottled up until someone on the internet asks you how your day was going, and here we are, right? Shout out to Kaizen. Is that you, Kaizen? That is you, Kaizen, first place. Shout out to you, Robo, second place. King, third, sitting comfortably. Hey, Red, I see you, first place. JK, Robo. On both sides of the board. Congratulations. I'm gonna take the raid message that's animated for the subscribers. Maybe I'll have enough time to get the ones for the unsubscribed people, but either way it goes, if you're liking, sharing, subscribing, however you're choosing to support your boy, JK, did you make the list? JK second place. Oof, that's tough. But hey, JK, as always, tomorrow we'll be back here. I'll take my time reading it. If there's any questions I have about the Git section, I'll bring that to you guys. But I think like we've been in this whole learning phase for a long time now. We've probably gotten a little bit comfortable. I think it's time for us to stretch our legs and get some more projects under our belt, some big boys shit. And we have a lot of ideas on our mind, so I'm ready to stretch my legs. Let's get out there and run.